What do you want to do?
Hey, listen.
Well, I see.
Not surprised it's snowing. I want to go home.
What will you do?
No way that's true.
Let's go. Let's go home. Yep.
Who cares about that?
Okay.
All right.
By the way, you. That's a shame.
Hey, hey. Okay.
All right. All right.
Come to think of it. Yo.
Hey. Oh! Master! Hey! Then I'll head over. Hey! was thinking... Thank you so much. This is... I see. So anyway... No. Yes! Um... Huh? Sorry to have kept you waiting. What? Thank goodness. Oh. Yes.
All right.
Maybe some other time.
Ah, you're back.
Jeez.
All right.
Well then.
All right. All right.
Well then. It's way too cold.
It's getting colder out. What shall we do?
Crazy, right?
Here we go. What do you think? I'll ask you again some other time. What shall we do? What shall we do?
It's really chilly.
Here we go. What do you think?
That's a little hard to believe. Okay.
All right. All right. Morning. By the way,
It's way too cold. Senpai. I'm so embarrassed. Please, listen to me. So... Yes.
All right.
You know... Uh, um... I love you. Thank you so much. Yes. Well, see you tomorrow. Oh! Bye!
Who cares about that?
It's getting colder out. What shall we do? Huh? What shall we do? Here we go. What do you think?
All right. Okay.
Hey! Okay.
Huh?
You're kidding. The wind is super cold.
It's so funny.
My fingers are numb. Crazy, right? Are you for real? Oh, isn't this great?
Find someplace to warm up. Kind of exciting, isn't it?
That's insane, don't you think?
This is fun. Seems so.
The wind is freezing. What?
What's up with that?
For real? It's got nothing to do with me.
Please take your time.
Is it really true?
They're
No
great.
way.
It's all anyone talks about now.
Welcome.
Oh, isn't this great?
Overtime just won't end. Sweet, that rules.
Yeah.
Welcome.
No way, man. What happened next? Tell me it's true.
Yeah, that's right. No way that's true. So cool. For real?
Oh, please, take your time.
Are you serious?
It's got nothing to do with me.
They're great. It's all anyone talks about now.
Sweet, that rules.
It's got nothing to do with me.
They're great.
That's so awesome.
It's all
Hmm?
Are you for real?
That can't be true.
Nice.
Wow, really? Oh, that's great.
How impressive.
Okay, that's awesome. It's all right every once in a while, right?
Come now, that just can't be. Yay!
It's true.
So cold.
Okay. Nice going!
All right. All right.
Who cares about that?
Hmm?
I'm tired of this.
Wow. The tower in my house is
Oh, honey,
Hey, hey!
that's rough. Come on. You take care now.
Is that true? Who cares about that?
wind
I'm tired of this.
Wow. Wow. It's really chilly.
Well, things are really heating up.
The water at home has become so cold. I see.
You got me.
Yeah.
Not bad.
My time is coming.
Who cares about that? I'm tired of this. Come on, let's have some fun.
Wow.
Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
Yikes, my hands are freezing.
Hey, hey!
It's so cold.
You think so too?
Good news.
How can that be?
You think so too?
Good news. You know?
How can that be?
Hello.
It's true.
Hi there.
My hands are like boxes.
Hmm. Whoa. Whoa.
Hi there.
I had no idea. The wind is
Hmm?
It's too funny.
Hmm.
Hmm?
You think so too?
Hey! Hmm. Hmm. Oh!
How can that be?
Good news.
Oh! Hmm. Hmm.
Seems so. You think so too? Good news. I need to warm up. Come on. This is amazing.
How can that be?
You think so too? Good news. Oh yeah.
Hey! Hmm.
No idea.
All right. Good morning. Sim.
Hey!
Nothing matters more to me. Thank you very much. Sorry to keep you waiting. It looks like my coach is yet to arrive. I'm usually so nervous when Coach Hiraguchi watches my performance, partially because she's worked with me for so long. That's why I don't want to let her down. But today I'm excited about this. Thank you. When you compliment me like that, I feel like everything's going to turn out well in the end. Thank you for making time to observe me today. I really wanted to get an unbiased evaluation from you.
You got a good look on your face today, Sumire.
Yes, ma'am. I'm confident in the routine I'm about to perform.
Well, at first glance, I'd say you look like you've got it all figured out. But I'm here to gauge your performance, not just let you brag about it. Now, begin.
Ma'am,
Even her starting form's changed. Could this be your doing? Oh, really?
all right, let's start. Thank you.
You've grown so much, Sumire. I'm sure this is no surprise to you, but the path to international success will be harsh and relentless. Are you ready?
Absolutely. I will be #1 in the world of gymnastics. I will make our dream a reality.
Glad to hear you're so sure. With your natural grace and dedication to reach the gauntlet, no matter how far it is from your grasp, your dream is no longer impossible. And you're the one who decided that, not me.
Huh?
You didn't even realize it, did you? Today's the first time you've told me you will win on an international level. Until today, you'd only tell me, I hope I win.
Oh,
And am I correct in believing you weren't alone in this mission of yours?
Coach. Yes, that's right.
It's good to hear you have someone who really understands you in your corner. Your performance today truly was impressive. I'm looking forward to your next lesson already.
Coach Hiraguchi liked my routine. Me too. It's like I finally found my footing. At least that's how I feel. Thanks to you, I feel like I've finally found the answer I've been searching for, as well as discovering what's most important to me while performing. I genuinely can't thank you enough. I suppose I should take the compliment. I'm sorry for I've learned all sorts of things from my time with you. Now, I can show everyone how I really feel, and the two of us can take the crown of the gymnastics world.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of faith, granting thee infinite power.
All right.
This is the new...
All right.
Oh, here's an idea. Why don't you join me on my tour, Senpai? It'll be you and me and Kasumi. All three of us taking on the world as a team. I'm kidding. No matter where I perform, even if it's on the other side of the earth, it feels like you'll still be there, watching over me. I really do believe that with all my heart. Thank you so much for coming out to support me today. I really hope we stay as close as we are on our way to the top. Boy, my body's still so jittery. I feel like I need to keep moving. Senpai, please join me in a bit of extra training. We'll start with some basic stretches. We're going to do a full routine, so I hope you came prepared.
Hey!
You're right.
All right.
Thanks. Good night.
Senpai? No. Uh, um... Um... Yes. But... Yes! This is...
All right.
Yes! Thank you for bringing me here.
Ah, you're back. Make sure you close up.
This is Maruki, by the way. I'm actually rather close by. Would you mind lending me an ear? There's something important we need to talk about. And if you do intend to confront me, I believe there's something you have to give me first. Thank you. I'll be at the cafe shortly. See you later.
I caught all of that just as we said. I have no clue how this meeting is going to go down. Hey, just make sure you keep your guard up, okay?
I'll just add this. Sorry for the last-minute visit. How's Yoshizawa-san holding up? I've been concerned about a potential relapse, considering her difficulties with accepting this reality. You know, I would love for that to be the truth, but people can't maintain their strength forever. So, getting down to business, I wanted to confirm with you one last time. Is there no other way to come to an agreement besides fighting? The reality I created may seem distorted from your point of view, but it's a reality where everyone is happy. If you just stay, you'll never have to suffer the pain of loss, or the pain from having people and things stolen away from you. So, you saw what happened with Rumi. I'm not the one who suffered. She is. But she's still living a wonderful life right now, in this world you call a distorted reality.
But she still doesn't remember you, right? And you're fine with that?
She may not be in my life anymore, but at least her own life is a happy one now. I'm not just doing this for Rumi. I want all of you to live just as happily as she is, but for Rumi's happiness to last, I have to move on. After all that's happened to her, to me, I just can't drag her into it.
Doc.
My stance will not change. Strange circumstances have led to my gaining this power. However, I now recognize it as being wholly inevitable. This is something only I am capable of doing. I promise. Every person alive will be happy in the world I create. So, let me ask you the same. After really considering every option, do you have any doubts about your views? I suppose it's more accurate to ask, do you two gentlemen have any doubts? You're here, aren't you, Akechi-kun?
Akechi.
You caught me.
Oh, it was just a hunch. This issue doesn't only affect you, Akechi-kun. This involves you too.
What do these two have to do with...
The relationship you two share is very unusual. A detective and a phantom thief. Despite being enemies, your relationship isn't based on hatred or ill will. That's why I found it so tragic when I learned what happened in Shido's palace.
You bastard!
So, my final enemy is a puppet version of myself.
Say, didn't you regret how things ended with him? You two came to a deep understanding of one another. Yet you had no choice but to leave Akechi-kun to his fate. That's why I created a reality where you two could have a fresh start together.
After all this, that's what you have to say. Seriously, you really are.
That would mean the Akechi in the real world is...
Get what I'm saying? I genuinely didn't want to tell you like this. I didn't want to make it seem like I'm holding him hostage. But no matter what you may think of me, I just want you all to accept this reality and move on with your happy lives.
And that matters how, exactly? Don't tell me you think dangling my life before us is going to have any impact on our decision. Well, I lacked conclusive evidence, but after I fought against you all, I had a gap in my memory that ended with meeting up with him again. There were also the cases of Wakaba Ishiki and President Okumura. Of course, I'd find all of that suspicious.
I see. I had a feeling the truth of the matter still wouldn't dissuade you, Akechi-kun. But how about you? You think dangling my life before us is going to affect our decision? That's what Akechi-kun said a moment ago. If that's how you see it at this point, I'm fine with it. But I'm still going to ask you, one last time, will you accept the reality I create for you? You were the guiding light to my research. You showed me the way so I could make my dream into reality. I have nothing but gratitude for you. Not a single ounce of ill will. That's why I wanted you of all people to understand. Perhaps I shouldn't ask you for an answer on the spot like that. I'll be going now. Ah, that's right. I've heard you're calling. And about my question. Let's do this. I'll be waiting in the palace tomorrow. Just as I promised. If you still haven't changed your mind by then, we'll meet there. But if you don't show, I'll take that to mean you've accepted my reality. See you.
What are you gonna do?
I'd like to speak with him.
Akechi. Gotcha. I'll leave the decision up to you. Let me know when you've reached an answer.
I will carve my own path for myself. I refuse to accept a reality concocted by someone else, stuck under their control for the rest of my days. So what? That's the path I chose. All you have to do is stick to your guns and challenge Maruki. Or are you really so spineless that you'd fold over some bullshit trivial threat on my life? Then you already know what needs to be done. I want to hear you say it aloud. What do you intend to do? I won't wait a moment longer. Answer me. All right. I'm relieved to hear it. I will never accept this form of reality. I'm done being manipulated. Let's go back to our true reality. This is great. I feel so alive. I'll sow chaos as far as the eye can see. All right. What's a life worth in a reality that was cooked up just to satisfy someone else? I say none. We have to win this, no matter what.
All right, we're all here. It's time. Our final battle. Maruki came by LeBlanc last night, so we gave him the calling card.
I doubt Maruki is still interested in discussion. You realize there's no backing out now, right?
Ain't no way we're gonna run now. We're gonna confront Doc in his palace, show him what's up, and go back to our own reality, right?
Let's all go back.
As a team. Yeah.
It appears we're all ready.
It's time to take back what belongs to us. Our own reality.
I should write something.
Let's go.
I see you made it. Come on up.
Joker. Yes.
Oh, yeah!
Now then.
Thank you for coming. It looks like I have your answer. Indeed. No more hesitation. Let's begin. If you win, my heart will be changed. However, if I win, my reality becomes the true reality. I will overwrite all of existence with my own cognition. I'm not holding back anymore.
What the?
Just as you have your own beliefs, I too have no intention of changing my plans for reality. No matter what happens to me in the end, I will fix this torturous world. That is my own rebellion.
Is apparel just...
And I believe you called forth your power like this. Persona.
No way! So Maruki really does have a persona.
I'd regret not pointing this out to you. You shouldn't mistake our powers as being equal. It's time, Azathoth. Our final battle has come. My persona guides me.
Dr. Maruki,
I have to do this.
Incoming, guys! Get ready!
Persona! All will be revealed!
What? The Persona shielded him? This Persona's definitely trouble. Persona! Encanta, Stella! Dance, Persona! Teamwork!
Sure.
Yet.
Persona! Fear my power! Kill them, Hellward! I won't lose!
Witness my resolve! Me, Go! Power up!
It's time. By the myriad truths!
Let's dance! Let's finish this!
I'll break them. Persona!
Come forward! My other self! I'll finish you!
Come! All will be revealed!
Dance, Persona! Victory is ours!
Persona! Manifest!
Persona!
Not bad, but we've only just... So let's...
Huh? Be careful! Ugh.
Persona! Let's go.
They can't do anything?
Persona! Not this. Persona!
Hey, you can go for its weak spot!
Persona!
This is your chance! Hit him where it hurts!
Messiah Picaro! There!
Nice one, Joker! You hit its weakness! We can hit their weaknesses. Pass the baton.
Yours.
Now! My turn now! Alright, on to the dance! This is my soul! Persona! Let's finish this!
Fear my power! Not bad.
Come forward! My other self! Ah! Crow's got some moves! That was awesome, Mona!
Persona! Something else. Let's go.
This is your chance! Hit him where it hurts!
Don't rush it. Persona! Kusanagi no Okami!
by the myriad truths.
Dance, Persona! This is my soul!
Persona!
Persona!
Persona! Ha! I'll return the favor.
Sure.
I'm not scared of anyone. Whoa! That was awesome!
Persona! All will be revealed.
Persona! Ella! Please, not done yet!
Come! By the myriad truths.
Not bad.
Are you even trying?
Good thinking.
I'll break them.
Manifest!
Persona! Late for regret! That was awesome, Mona!
So this is fear.
Morgana-kun, I know how you truly feel. And there's no need to fear your differences anymore. Don't worry. You don't have to explain anything to me. All I have to do to help you is merely imagine it.
I don't care.
Persona! All will be revealed.
Let's dance! One, two, three, ha! What should I do? Dance, Persona! How about this?
Can't stop shaking.
Time for my Persona! Ha! Thank you so much!
Nice timing.
I can't deny it's time to...
Crow, be careful. Here I go! Speed up!
It's time. By the myriad truths.
Let's dance! Enchant us, Ella! It's all you.
Here goes. Persona! All will be revealed. Persona!
Come forward, my other self! Me, yeah! I appreciate it.
No time for thanks. Come on!
I know something that'll protect you.
Persona! By the myriad truths.
Persona! Ella! Go for it!
Roger.
On to the next!
Persona.
I'll break them. Manifest!
Not bad.
Witness my resolve! Ah!
The reality, we're not to realize it.
What the? Be careful. I'm sensing Joker. You all...
Akechi-kun, if you're with...
Enough of this. Shit.
Let's go. All will be revealed.
Let's dance! Victory is ours!
Fear my power.
Persona! Ha! I'll return the favor.
Nice timing.
So this is fear. Oh yeah. Persona. There.
Thank you so much! Thank you! Dance, Persona! Enchant us, Ella! 2 enemies knocked down. Don't hold back, Violet! It's up to you! On to the next!
Persona! By the myriad truths.
Make this quick. Use this.
Come forward! Land yourself! Ha! I appreciate it.
So this is fear.
Yoshizawa-san, I want to say...
I am myself. I'll never forget that again.
Persona! All will be revealed.
Persona! Ella!
Not bad.
It's okay.
No time for thanks.
This is our chance! Pass the baton! It's all you!
Roger.
On to the next!
Persona!
I'll break them. That should do.
Time for my persona! Ah! That was awesome, Mona! Robot knocked down! He needs cover!
I can't fail!
Violet!
Persona! By the myriad truths!
You can do it! Let's dance! Ella!
Not bad.
It's up to
Here
you!
goes. Come! All will be revealed!
That's a thought!
Finally, his persona. Now's your shot.
Let's go. By the myriad truths!
Azathoth, did I fail?
Is that? It's Maruki's treasure. What is it, though? A torch?
The torch is a light to guide people. It may symbolize his perception of himself as the guide for the entire world. We're here to change his heart, aren't we? Go on. Take it.
So, this is it.
This place is collapsing!
We'd better take our leave. Rumi, I'm sorry. I couldn't... No, I can still...
Joker, look out!
Damn it! We gotta book it!
Guys, jump in! Hang on! Whoa!
No, no!
That was close.
Dr. Maruki.
This has gone too far past changing someone's heart. Is he even still alive?
Looks like that isn't a concern.
Sorry, but I won't admit defeat just yet. I'm sorry. You know I can't do that. I've been chosen by the world itself. Granting this wish is my responsibility.
The hell?
He just... the treasure! Isn't that...
No, you can't be serious. Maruki, he's done it. He evolved his persona.
Such strength of will.
If it is for everyone's happiness, I don't care what happens to me! Don't resist. Accept it. With my power. No. With mine and Adam Cadmon's together, our reality is nigh! My persona guides me. I refuse to let it end like this. Adam Cadmon, guide us all to our ideal reality.
You're wrong!
Yeah, we refuse to let it end any other way too.
Persona!
Persona! All will be revealed!
Not bad.
Fear my power!
Dance, Persona! Victory is ours! Persona!
Adam Cad, lend me.
Persona! All right. I'll break them. Manifest!
Not bad.
Persona! This is my soul! Come forth, my other self! Me, yeah! I'll return the favor.
Sure. Oh, yeah? Come! By the myriad truths! Persona! Persona!
Let's dance! Let's finish this! Witness my resolve!
No time for thanks.
Persona! All will be revealed! Fear my power!
Dance, Persona! This is my soul! Persona! I'll finish you!
It's time. By the myriad truths!
Not bad.
Persona! Persona!
I still can't do it. And my reality is right before my eyes. I'm sorry. I said I didn't care what happened to me. But I guess I wasn't committed to my words. You too, huh?
Crow-senpai, what are you...
Can't you tell?
You think the same thing, don't you? Of course you do. After all...
No, you can't!
We hesitate right now. We die.
Up there!
I'm all yours. Use me however you want. Now, show us the reality. The reality we wish for. I am thou, and...
Come on!
Now or never.
Oh no!
This power is the source and the destination. I will be the light that guides mankind.
But we are still not going to run.
We're going to beat you and go back to our own reality.
That's the spirit. Now let's finish this.
It's time. All will be revealed.
What?
Fear my power.
That should do.
I can take this. Let's finish this.
No good. I won't lose. Hot forward, my other self. Ha!
I'll return the favor.
Nice timing.
Persona! That's not right. It's time. Thanatos Picaro! There! Persona!
Let's dance! Victory is ours!
Persona!
Cannot. Come on!
Kinda lightheaded.
If this doesn't... I'm gonna try to find a way to just hang in there.
Persona! You're mine.
What?
I'll break them. No time for thanks.
It's time.
Not that.
The time to end such strife is at hand! Come on!
Fine. I got it. Joker, the next time he attacks, that's your chance. His head is his weak spot. Though our attacks are ineffective in his normal state. But whenever he attacks, he drops his guard while concentrating all of his power. So if we can target his head as he strikes, we might have a shot!
We've come this far, we ain't gonna give up!
Yeah! You gotta do way better than this!
Don't underestimate our tenacity!
It's just another threat. We'll overcome it like we always do! If I run now, I know I'll regret it! We'll decide for ourselves what we want our lives to be!
I'm a bit occupied, so do your goddamn job!
Oracle! How does it look? Perfect! His head's defense level has dropped down to 0%! Go for it! Finish this, Joker!
Checkmate.
Why? I gave up everything else. I dedicated all that I have to this, but I still... Why? I'm running from... You nailed it. It's true that I turned my back on the original reality. But where's the harm in that? When it grows to be too much, too painful, every person deserves to escape that! In all honesty, it's best for a person's growth when they tackle their own hardships. But reality doesn't always make that so feasible! No matter how much you try, or work for so long, the smallest injustice can wipe it all out, leave you with nothing! Don't you, of all people, understand that?
You know, there probably are plenty of people who'd ultimately benefit from your reality. But what about the people who want to take on the world themselves? How's it right to rob them of their opportunities?
I don't think what you're saying is wrong either, Dr. Maruki. Some people want to run from their pain and cling to some other version of reality, like I used to. But the knowledge I gained through that pain, and my desire to move on, those are even more precious to me, and I won't let anyone take them from me again.
Yoshizawa-san. So you truly don't want it, huh? Looks like I'm totally finished.
The palace is collapsing!
Dr. Maruki, hurry! It's not safe there! Dr. Maruki!
No! It's too late for him!
We're trapped as well.
Huh?
Is there any way?
Everyone, get over here! Hurry! Mona-chan, what are you? This is no time to act tough! Whoever said it was an act! Mona-senpai, can you fly? But I'm a car! There's no way I can... No. It's now or never. I have to fly!
A helicopter.
If you could do this, then say so, damn it! Well, I didn't know! Now I'm downright priceless to the Phantom Thieves.
Sorry to interrupt your little moment of triumph, but couldn't you have made yourself just a bit larger?
Hey, where'd Joker go?
Don't worry. We're losing altitude! Joker!
Sorry to cut your flight short like that. This place is done for, along with the entire reality I dreamed of. I have lost. Even if I were to try that fight over, I'm sure I'd only lose again. So I know, this is going to sound pretty stupid. I've been holding this all in for so long, just hiding it from myself. So, please, help me kill every last one of my regrets. You're the only one I can ask to help me with this. The disappearance of my palace, of the entire metaverse, is drawing near. Seems like neither of us can summon our personas anymore. Let's begin.
I gave up everything! Everything! So why? Why? Why, Rumi?
A reality where no one suffers. I'm done. I get it now. All thanks to you. Come on. I said I'm done. Please, let go of my hand. Your eyes are as bright and honest as ever. You keep your head up no matter what. I must have always been afraid. Afraid you and I wouldn't wish for the same reality. So bright.
Magnificent!
We have indeed witnessed your decision. Not only have you taken back mankind's future for itself, but you've also re-established our reason for existence. While reality had been wholly distorted, your actions have guided it back towards what it ought to be. That is correct. Time itself cannot be rewound, but every past event will revert to the event that should have occurred instead.
I'll ask you once more. I'd like for you to turn yourself into the police, of your own accord.
I will carve my own path for myself. I refuse to accept a reality concocted by someone else, stuck under their control for the rest of my days.
Everything will return to how it should be. Everything. There are no exceptions. Have your regrets begun? It seems you are still resolute in this matter. Choosing such a path must not have been easy for you. For that, You have our utmost respect and gratitude.
Did you see him?
Where could Mona, Akechi-kun, and he be? We've literally looked everywhere.
This is our original reality, right?
I believe so, yes.
The metanav is gone. We don't even have a way to check anymore.
At any rate, there's no point in worrying about it here. We should work all of this out somewhere else. You're right. Now that I think about it, we've been out all night too. So let's go to LeBlanc.
Huh?
Samire, let's go!
Oh, right!
I'm home.
You didn't tell me you'd be out all night. You should have at least gotten in touch with me about it.
I'm sorry, Sojiro.
We're the ones who kept her out so late. We should be apologizing for her.
And we're all back so early in the morning. We're awfully sorry.
Stop apologizing so much. Being worried isn't exactly on my list of favorite activities, but I assume you had a good reason for it, right?
Have you seen him at all lately?
Him? What are you bringing him up for?
You know what his deal is right now, Sojiro?
Well, yeah. He's been locked up since last year.
Locked up?
What's going on?
What are you guys talking about? Well, I was gonna ask you that, but now I'm getting a strange feeling that I've been seeing him until fairly recently. Anyways, why don't you all take a seat before I go over his situation?
So he's in juvenile detention.
Well, I need to stock up on a few supplies before I open up shop. Feel free to hang out here while I'm out.
Thank you.
So, this is our original reality, right? Or are we in another different one now?
You know, these unexpected changes could actually be the end results of our actions in our own reality. Remember how he was originally planning on turning himself into the police? Then Akechi-kun did it for him instead.
But that took place in Dr. Maruki's reality, which means he's currently...
So everything that would have happened if it weren't for Dr. Maruki, now it's actually happened?
You know, what y'all are saying is starting to make sense. But in that case, in the real reality, I mean, the reality we're in right now, what happened with Morgana and Akechi?
Don't say it. Just like with my mom. Now Morgana's. Did someone say my name?
This again?
Recycled gags suck! Why do you always have to get us all worried like that? How are you here? Looks like it really was just the metaverse me who disappeared. Eventually, I woke up in Shibuya. Getting all the way back here took some time.
Come on, don't scare us like that! Oh, but wait, does that mean Akechi's...
What is it, Mona-chan? Well... about him.
No. I can't believe Akechi-san's really...
What the hell? So he was fighting that hard, knowing he was gonna disappear the whole time.
So he's incarcerated, and Akechi is... I thought I'd braced myself for the decision we made, but... this truly is a harsh reality.
We all decided to live our real lives and look to the future from here. But even so... I just can't accept Senpai being stuck behind bars. Why don't we try to help him somehow?
Nice. I'm impressed with the idea.
Yeah, we won't put up with this injustice.
But what can we do to actually help him get out of there? I remember Sis telling me a while ago, in order to overturn a sentence, You need definitive evidence that proves the subject's innocence.
So what you're saying is, we just gotta find that evidence, right?
Then we're on the case.
There's no time for us to waste. We're going to show off what the Phantom Thieves are capable of. One last time.
That's right. Let's go!
We're gonna save our leader no matter what it takes!
Really? Now that we know the name, all we need is an address. You're right. We'll succeed if we all do it together. Sis has yet to say anything, but I believe she's looking into possible actions as well. As for me, I will look into every viable solution. Thanks. Make sure you give my regards to Shiho-san. Oh, could we try getting their help as well? I'm sure they would gladly cooperate. That would be a great help. I'll leave that to you. We'll talk again tomorrow. Let's save him. No matter what.
I already told you. There was nothing wrong with his conduct. I was his guardian, so I should know best. I bet you're just trying to dig up some dirt. You probably want to pin a crime on him. But I'm not gonna let that happen. You hear me?
I'll announce his name as the key figure in the completion of the medicine at the next conference. I've heard that Miwa-chan's progress is going well.
Indeed, that's true, but...
I'm certain that this will help prove his good character in the trials. Please. I want to increase his chances of being found innocent as much as possible.
I see. So that's why.
You'll cooperate too, right?
Please, I beg of you, please help me collect enough signatures. I want to help a friend who's innocent. He's a really good guy. He always fights for the sake of others. He's my best friend!
So basically, the reason why we were able to come to our senses is because he saved us. And now he's in a crisis himself. I believe it's our turn to save him this time. But our words alone won't reach anyone. That's why I need Yokota-san and everyone's help. Won't you please protest the police with me? Please!
Please tell me if you know of this young man. I need testimonies from people to use in the special article in regards to him. Did he truly look like a boy who would cause an assault here? There's a discrepancy in the other residents' testimonies in the court decision at the time. Please, you have to remember.
Yes, it's thanks to that young man. I would still be trapped in that awful match fixing if not for his support. And now, this honest gentleman is locked up in juvenile hall, despite being innocent. This time, I wish to be the one to come to his rescue. Please, he doesn't belong in juvenile detention at all. I swear I'll make up for the missed practice. Please, let me take just a short break. Coach?
No deal.
But...
I've got a few connections up my own sleeve that'll probably be more useful than simply doing your own legwork. I'll also try calling around to check if any of my other trainees have some useful info. But if I do this for you, it means you're continuing practice as scheduled. Got it? I'm sure it's what he'd want for you too.
Thank you so much, Coach. You escaped the prison of the heart only to be imprisoned in reality. What a most ironic outcome. Your wish for others' happiness prevailed over your own. However, I feel as though all is finally well. In the end, you willingly chose the correct path. Most importantly, you never compromised your values for your own well-being. The final arcana you have acquired is the world. It is the power for an individual to stand on their own 2 feet, swayed by none. That power shall fuel the hope shared amongst your friends and yourself to strive towards a better future. With the world, you are no longer without a place to belong, and will never trudge a path alone again.
My own duties end here as well. You were truly a remarkable guest.
Long time no see. We met last on Christmas Eve, right? Never mind, it's nothing. I have 2 great pieces of news for you today. First, we finally managed to prosecute Masayoshi Shido. He'll likely be found guilty. I'm grateful for your cooperation with the trial. Your testimony proved to be very useful. To be frank, it seemed almost hopeless at one point. But thanks to the civil protests, some of the more indecisive prosecutors came to our side. It will likely be some more time until the hearing begins, but this is the first step to true change. The only charges right now are for breaking election laws, breaking funding control laws, and bribery. I knew that proving the metaverse's existence would be difficult, but I still find myself dissatisfied. Shido did admit to all of his crimes though, including everything you know about. Now for the other piece of good news. As of today, you'll be free to go. That's right. Shido's confession brought light to the truth of your case. We were able to prove your innocence in the original assault charge that led to your arrest. Your sentence will no doubt be rescinded. You're a free man. The others did everything they could for you. Bringing in the woman who was the victim in your case as a witness was the turning point. To think they'd be able to track down someone involved in a case from well over a year ago. That wasn't all. An unbelievable amount of support has come in from various other places as well. Regardless, the righteous phantom thieves are gone. All that remains is for us adults to lead society in the right direction. Then again, I have to wonder if you believe what I say. Thank you. Still, I'm glad I was able to save you in court. I've never felt so happy in my entire life. I'm not quite sure how to put it, but saving your future meant more to me than my own career. I feel like you even taught me how to live. That's not true. By the way, there's something that's been on my mind. What did the treasure of my world turn out to be? And that's perfectly fine. This isn't an investigation, after all. I suppose it doesn't matter now one way or the other. There is one more thing. I haven't even told Makoto about this, but I realized something after meeting all of you. My most prized treasure is the justice I use to protect those important to me. Makoto helped show me that as well. Once the Shido case is settled, I'm thinking of quitting my job and becoming a defense lawyer. I wanted to reform the system, but I'll have to leave that to someone else. Going forward, I want to enact justice not for myself, but for the sake of others. Well then, I need to go submit the paperwork for your release. Thank you again for everything you've done. See you later.
Hey, you kept me waiting. Jeez. To be honest, I didn't really want to come, but Futaba just wouldn't stop bugging me. Anyway, you're a free man now, aren't you? It'd look bad on me if you did something again under my watch. All right, let's go home. It's cold, so get in quick. It's not moving at all.
Due to the railway incident this morning, widespread delays have impacted the various lines and...
Another accident, huh? Reminds me of that day back in April. Remember when we went to introduce you at the school? It's almost been a whole year since then. Thinking back, I was pretty awful to you. Throwing you in that storage room all by yourself. And again, soon you're gonna be... Made some great friends here. You'd better thank them when we get back, all right?
Woohoo! Namaste!
Whoa!
You did it!
It has been a while.
Not bad. You look fine.
I'm glad you seem well. And the best for last, me. So we meet again. It's good to see you. All right, so let's grab a table.
I gotta head out and grab some groceries. I'm sure you guys have plenty to talk about.
Now we're only missing one last person.
She texted me a little while ago that she's finished with practice and heading here. I'm guessing she'll be here any minute now.
Sorry I'm late. Senpai. Welcome back.
All right, that's everyone.
Come on, Sumire, take a seat.
Man, it went well, yeah?
I'm so glad we didn't give up.
This was certainly worth the effort.
We didn't know what to do once you were gone, but then we realized something. Even if we don't have the metaverse or any other special powers, we can still change reality.
If we didn't do that at the very least, we'd be betraying the entire reason we stood up to Maruki.
We'll oppose the injustices of this reality with our own strength. That's what we all agreed upon.
Ever since then, we've been doing just that. Busting our asses trying to get you out of the clink.
Not just us. Everyone who believed in you joined us. Thanks to that, we've got our leader back.
Right back at ya.
They treated you fine, right? Actually, did you lose some weight?
It would be understandable. I've heard the food in prison is quite foul. So, what did you eat?
Was it bugs? Fermented mackerel? Or maybe durian? You're missing the point.
You're gonna get some good food soon enough, though. Boss is out getting stuff for our party right now. Come on, everyone's back together. It's time to celebrate.
I guess you really were hungry. Oh, and that wasn't you?
Sorry about that.
Ah, it was Sumire.
Sojiro will be back soon. Just hang in there.
Oh yeah! Sorry for not minding my business. But we heard from boss, you're going back home next month? Can't you stay here? Sure, we proved you're not guilty, but people are still gonna label you there, aren't they? Ain't it just gonna be uncomfortable going back?
What's the matter? We were all so excited a moment ago. How about this? If our leader is leaving, the Phantom Thieves are truly disbanding, correct? Today, we can celebrate his release and commemorate the day of our disbandment.
What kind of commemoration is that?
I was serious when I said it. It sounds like a good idea to me.
I guess you're right. We just gotta double our excitement for today.
About that, there's something I need to tell you guys. I've decided to go with him when he leaves. He's pretty special after all. Plus, we need someone there in case he turns back into a delinquent. Really? Either way, I want you guys to add my farewell party to the one we're having tonight.
I don't know. Is that important?
You're not leaving for another month, right?
It is far too early for a farewell party.
That'll just muddy the purpose of this celebration. Oh, how dare you! Sumire, at least you're on my side, right?
Me? Then, what say we call this a second round welcoming party?
That's the ticket, my re-welcoming party. Nobody can complain about that. So, for the food at my party, I demand sushi! Sushi!
Man, you guys are loud. I could hear you from outside.
Chief, they're so mean!
Noisy as always.
Hey, I'm not some normal cat!
I can't understand what you're saying to me, you know. Here.
No, I would much rather have sushi than something like... This is delicious!
What an assertive little guy. I wonder where he got that from.
That's just part and parcel of who I am. The one, the only Morgana.
Stop trying to talk so big. You're just a cat now.
Shut up! I don't need to hear that from some dumb ape.
What was that?
It's things like that. You get angry so fast. Oh, and you're vulgar.
You little... Why don't you go disappear again?
Shut up! We're supposed to be celebrating, not fighting.
They're at it again.
You guys never change, do you?
Seriously, that weirdo Inari.
Who are you calling a weirdo?
Don't worry. Being weird is just a sign of your individuality.
You don't need to defend him about that.
Well, anyways, we're all here now. Let's kick this party off!
Very well.
Sojiro, I want sushi! But seriously. Nice. Oh! Let's go.
Oh, right. Today's Valentine's Day. No wonder there were so many guys bringing girls in here. Don't you have anything exciting happening? I mean, you've been here nearly a whole year. You know, when I was young. Ooh, boy.
Yo. Still working?
You didn't even bring me anything. Well, don't get wrapped up in the mood, you hear?
That Mona. Okay. Jeez, I don't know if it's because it's been a while, but I'm all self-conscious. Shut up! And hey, I gotta say something. I was so freaking scared when I found out you were gone. Like, actually serious freak-out panic attack scared. You get 1 point of forgiveness. Sorry, but as your teammate and, your girlfriend, I gotta ask, from now on, don't shut me out. Let me help when things get hard. So yeah, that's all the mushy stuff out of the way. Okay. Next up we got... chocolates! 'Cause, you know, Valentine's Day, it's a thing. Kind of? Maybe a little, but I don't know if they're actually any good. I guess we're back in the canon reality, huh? Still, I think it was probably the right decision. It's still hard sometimes, but I'm making progress. Thanks. I'm gonna beat this. Hey, can we sit? Together, I mean? You're going home next month, huh? Yeah. Same here. But it's not like I'm gonna stop you. This is just me thinking out loud, but I only wanted one thing when I joined the Phantom Thieves. To find out why my mom died. But now, I've got one more person to help. Not even as a Phantom Thief either. It's not about rescuing him. It's about doing all I can to make him happy. Probably some chump. I'm counting on you, okay?
Perfect timing. You've got a guest.
Sorry to bother you this early in the morning. I was wondering if you'd like this. There's no obligation, of course. You've helped me through a lot. I wanted to express my appreciation. Sorry for how this is coming off. I didn't mean for it to seem like I'm just dumping my leftovers on you. I'm the one who should be thanking you, so thank you.
Well, look at this hotshot. Lucky guy having a gorgeous lady drop by this early just to give you treats.
I hope you don't mind that I stopped by today. No doubt you already got some from someone special. I should really be going anyway. Sorry to impose. And this is hardly the end of my debt, of course. Chocolate isn't going to cover all you've done for me. See you around.
Oh! I heard they finally turned you loose. I'm glad you're doing okay. I expected at least a phone call, though. Anyhow, you're free, and that's worth celebrating. I was hoping I'd get a chance to hand this over, so this is good timing. You know how it was Valentine's Day yesterday? It's just a token of my appreciation, so don't go feeling guilty about not getting me anything. How about you consider it a sign of trust from one comrade to another? See ya!
Morning! We usually don't run into each other here, huh? Oh, yeah. This is for you. I was going to give it to you at school, but as long as we're both here, have some chocolate. You know, for Valentine's. As friends. Close friends. I'll be counting on you.
Oh, great timing. I was just headed to your classroom. Here, take this. It's chocolate. Think of it as a token of appreciation for all you do for us. Don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be a big deal. See you again soon, okay?
Oh, Senpai! Sorry, I didn't mean to ambush you like this, but this is yours, if you want it. It's chocolate, a token of my appreciation and respect. Well, when I put it like that, it sounds a bit too intense. Oh, please, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal at all. I just wanted to show you I really appreciate you putting up with me, and I hope that doesn't change.
Hello! I'm glad I caught you. I wanted to give you this. I thought it'd be best to wait until today. After all, if you got one from someone special, I wouldn't want to intrude. You always do so much for me. This is the least I could give in return. Of course. We should get coffee again sometime too. Just let me know when you're free.
Oh, I'm glad I got to see you.
I'm relieved you're safe. On that note, I have a small gift for the occasion, if you'll accept it. Apparently these days, people give chocolate to friends, even when it's purely platonic. Seems like a fine opportunity to celebrate your return, and express my gratitude. I hope Shogi brings us even closer together.
Hello there. I knew you'd be here. Oh, I don't mean I've been watching you. I just read your fortune. Now that that's cleared up, please take this. It's to celebrate your freedom, and to say thanks for everything you do. If you ever need my power again, all you have to do is ask. I'll always be happy to help you.
Welcome back. I wasn't sure I'd even see you, but I guess this is good timing. Here, take this. Figured you deserved a little appreciation. Who knows? Don't get your hopes up. Sounds like you've been through a lot. It's kind of a relief to see you're the same as ever. Remember, I'm pretty close by if you ever come down with something. Call whenever you need to. See you later then.
You sure you want me hanging around? I can step out for a bit if you like.
No, I'd prefer you stick around. Everyone I owe something to has got to hear this. I'm thinking about moving away.
Moving?
It's just... a hell of a lot's happened this past year, you know? It's got me thinking about the future. And how I still want to get back on the track team. That's why I want to move closer to a physical rehab facility, get my knee fixed up while going to school. At the earliest, all this is gonna kick off starting next month.
I see. That is quite sudden. On?
Actually, I've got some news too. I'm in the middle of looking into studying abroad. Just short term. I've been wondering what would be the smartest move for my career, so...
You're moving too.
Both Haru and I are looking for places to live on our own, starting next month. In fact, our moves will probably occur around the same time as Ryuji's. I plan to keep learning about the business while also attending college. That's why Mako-chan and I were talking about how we won't be able to get together like we used to.
Are you gonna tell them too?
So... I passed the entrance exam. I'm gonna be a high schooler starting in April. First high school, then college, then I can finally research cognitive science for real.
Even you, Futaba? No, I apologize. I should be wishing you all the best of luck.
Nah, you do have a point. We are going our separate ways.
Oh, you mean the bonds we all have? That's a great point.
It seems you're all taking great strides forward. I, however, will not be going anywhere until I've completed my current painting. No matter how many years it takes, I will express this feeling that's grown within me since we first banded together.
That's still some kind of stride though, ain't it?
No matter what we may go through, or how many times we may stumble, we'll follow the path we believe in. That's what the Phantom Thieves are all about. Stop trying to be such a cool cat. I am not a cat! Yeah, I guess I am.
There's still no way I'm accepting Doc's reality, but if it weren't for going through that, I don't know if I would have felt this way now. It's like following through with what I want to do in life. I guess I learned how to really believe in my future.
In that case, wouldn't you say Sumire learned the same thing? I mean, she is at training camp right now.
Indeed. While her viewpoint may differ from the Phantom Thieves' beliefs, there's still much we can learn from her.
Oh, that reminds me. Sumire left something with me. She told me she forgot to give us this the other day. Is that a newspaper clipping? Guess it was lying on the ground when we got out of Dr. Maruki's palace. This article!
It's the case about Dr. Maruki's loved one. The one whose family was murdered.
I'd be willing to bet. This is Doc's treasure. So her case was the origin of Maruki's distortion. Would you hold on to this?
We've all got to keep living with our eyes focused on our dreams. Otherwise, Dr. Maruki's gonna give us all kinds of shit.
You're absolutely right.
Well, I'm very impressed. You've all become quite mature. So let me throw you a little celebration in honor of the next chapters of your lives. Order whatever you'd like, on me.
Thank you. Oh yeah! It's all you can eat and drink, people!
Huh? Boss, thank you for the generosity.
That wasn't what I said. Could you at least go easy on me?
Everyone eat up!
Fine, whatever you guys want.
Woohoo!
Oh, great, Chief! Aren't we lucky?
Sushi!
Oh yeah, you ready for tomorrow? White Day. You got some chocolates on Valentine's Day, didn't you? And White Day's when you return the favor. What's your plan? You've at least got some kind of present ready, right? Get it together, kid. Sometimes I don't know if you're fearless or just plain careless. Fine. Listen up, and I'll give you the recipe for the ultimate date.
Whoa. The chief has an ultimate date plan? I better listen in too, just in case.
First off, you're gonna need a gift. This won't work without one. Can't go wrong with flowers. Just make sure you buy them before the date. You gotta present them near the end. Surprise her. So you can't let her see you buying them on the date. Got it?
Huh. Gotta give them flowers, huh? I gotta take notes.
Next, think about where you're taking her. You're gonna want somewhere with the right atmosphere, but it's gotta be peaceful. Oh, how about that new aquarium exhibit in Shinagawa? Just saw a commercial for it. Might be a good spot, right?
The aquarium's a good place for a date. I see.
Now, once the date part's over, you gotta take her out to dinner. Somewhere nice, too. But it's kinda last minute to make reservations. All the fancy places get booked pretty fast around White Day.
Okay, right. Too late to make any reservations. Wait, what?
Damn it. I don't usually do this, but I know a place. Can't guarantee anything. I bet they're full up too. But you might get an edge if you mention my name.
Wow, amazing! Chief has connections!
So once you're at dinner, you get to talking, enjoying yourselves. That's when you give it to her. Good. You were paying attention. It's the perfect time to surprise her. That ought to do it. Just follow the plan and you're safe.
Wow, this plan is...
Well, I taught you my secrets. The rest is on you. Do your prep and make those reservations. Good luck. On that note, I'm going home. Now it's up to you.
You should start prepping right. Don't waste the chief's Let's see. The reservation...
Thank you for calling, sir. Were you looking to make a reservation? I'm sorry, sir, but I'm afraid...
White Day is crazy, huh?
You're a friend of Mr. Sakura's? My apologies, sir. If you could just hold for one moment. Thank you for your patience. You wanted a dinner course for 2 on the 14th. We will have a table ready for you.
Dang, the chief has serious clout.
Could I ask your name and contact information?
Okay, your dinner plans are locked in. Now you just gotta get the flowers, and then it's off to the aquarium and dinner. It's gonna be busy tomorrow, so we'd better get rest while we can. Today's the day. Think there was a florist in that... Welcome!
Understood. Here you go. I tried to keep it as simple as possible.
Hold on. Let me cover this. I need to express
Thanks for your...
Okay, now you're all ready for... Don't worry. I'm a gentleman who knows his manners. I won't be tagging along. All right?
Hey, you. Shinagawa? Okay, I guess. Are you out right now? Could you come get... never mind. I can meet up with you there. Alrighty, see ya.
Whoa, these are the most photogenic fish ever. A big crowd of people just stresses me out. But a big school of fish is weirdly pretty. But man, an aquarium date? Classic move. I guess we gotta do all that other coupley stuff too. What? Do I have to spell it out? Couple stuff. Holding hands in the dark or cuddling up by the wall. Never mind. Even talking about it is getting me embarrassed. So, is this payback? For Valentine's Day, I mean? Wow, you're so mature. I'm really, really happy. Okay, I think Are you hungry? Maybe we could get some food on the way home. Oh, whoa. Lead the way, I guess. Ugh, this place is like 5 times fancier than I was expecting. Are we gonna be okay? What if I use the wrong fork? Are they gonna kick me out? It's kicking in pretty bad, but it doesn't control me. You went to all this trouble, and you even made reservations, so I can beat this. I'm not gonna let it ruin me having a good time. I'm over here freaking out. Meanwhile, you look mature enough to own the place. Even when we just walked in, you were really calm. Even cooler than usual. You can't blush, or I'll blush. Oh, jeez. I'll be back in a sec. Sorry about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for We wish you all an unforgettable evening. With one last...
What? Whoa! Huh? Thank you. Wow. Wow, okay. Everything's cool. I'm just kinda in shock. I can't handle surprises, but this one made me happy. You're so incredible. Like, it blows my mind that you're so selfless. You only go all out when it comes to helping other people. Even this. You put all this together for me, right? Maybe one day, I can be like that. Yeah. You're not a phantom thief anymore. But I guess you've still got a knack for stealing hearts. 'Cause, you stole mine. God, that was the cheesiest... Well, forget I said anything! Hey, can we hang out a little longer? I don't want to go home yet.
Hey, you're finally taking off tomorrow.
Sojiro said you don't have to help out here today.
Go and see your friends before you leave. Off you go, then.
Try not to cry! Good news! Kana-chan passed her high school entrance exam. She sent me a message this morning. I told her I was getting into high school too, and she says we can make our student debuts together. So, like, I did it, right? I fulfilled the promise to go to high school? Ooh, I like the sound of that. If you need ideas, there's always a year's supply of instant ramen. Well, I'll leave it up to you. If I'm being honest, I'm actually really, really nervous about it. I don't know if I can make friends. This is way out of my comfort zone. Everything I think about's giving me anxiety. But I know I can't stay in my room forever, and that's way more important. And I want to get into college, major in real cognitive science, like my mom and Dr. Maruki. For now, I'll give up my notebook and that reward. The one where I don't have to leave you, I mean. And when I make my dream come true one day, when I've earned it, I'll take them both back. So, you better not cry. I won't, and you won't, and we're both gonna be just fine.
saying goodbye to me. Oh, cut it out. You're gonna see me tomorrow. Just remember to pack once you get back. I don't want you forgetting anything important here. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this. The Diary of the Phantom Thieves leader, huh? Probably gonna be worth a lot someday. Thanks, though. I'll keep it safe. Well, we've all been through a lot, but it seems like everything's changed for the better. Try to behave yourself back home, would you? Not like you ever listened to me anyway. Here, I want you to have these. I've got them memorized already. With that stuff, you can make the same... Well, no, that'd be a waste. Put your own spin on the flavor. Develop it. Make it yours. Come on, you should get going.
You look like you're doing well. I used to come by this area on... It's tomorrow. I appreciate that I am on the record. You've been cleared of all the crimes you were... Unfortunately, you might find that even so, just... Whenever you need help, I'll be doing my part to bring...
Oh, hey, then let me get... So, about Miwa-chan. Yeah, thank you. Same goes for the... I don't know where all that... Here. You saved Miwa-chan. Let's see. Keep your health...
Oh, it's a... That reminds me. Actually, I'll be involved with it. We do have plans to expand into other... From now on, I'll have to balance my studies and... But it's all for the sake of By the way, I'd like to sell handcrafted goods at my cafe as well. So I want to live up to my grandfather's reputation after all. And my father... It has to be a comforting, welcoming place for everyone. Some place to spend... Once it opens, we should all meet up there. Just like our days at LeBlanc.
Yo, man, spring break's supposed to be the most fun part. Then again, so am I. I guess this is probably the last time we'll be meeting up here. Dude, don't say it like that. You make it sound like I'm gonna die or something. Look, this isn't gonna be the last time we see each other. I'll come visit whenever you want. Honestly, even with the rehab, I don't know if my leg's ever gonna be how it was before. But when I think about how much I want to run, well, I figure there's no point lying to myself. Nothing's guaranteed. I don't know if I'm gonna get anywhere, but well, you could say that for any goal, right? I don't want to live stuck on regrets or shame. I'd rather just run and keep on running. And hey, you better practice too. See, if we share our times, we can even compete from far away. Man, when I think about going to school without you guys, it's nice feeling like I got a future worth looking forward to for once, though.
Later. Oh, that's right. It's sad to see this as a season of farewell. That's putting it mildly. This time last year, I'd never have imagined I'd meet you all, leave my home, or become a phantom thief. Do you remember the painting I submitted to that competition? Well, I would like to As of now, my canvas is... It's not for lack of inspiration, but my heart has not led me astray yet. Even should I scar my work with doubt, hesitate, your life is no worse for its own scars.
Oh, did you come here for souvenirs? I'm busy getting ready for my study abroad, too. But we're all splitting off to do our own thing. Yeah, totally. It's not like we're all leaving forever. I mean, we still have the group chat. I'll still be messaging you all. And you gotta respond. By the way, she said she saw me in magazines. And, oh right, Vague did a special... I said it all in the interview, but I'm gonna work. I've gotta reach people. I want to give someone a thank you for all you've done. Once I'm a star, I'm gonna...
Oh, I was just getting... Soon enough, I'll be living on my own, too. Of course. Maybe not right away, but once things slow down, I'll definitely make the time. My sister and I are actually going to look at my new place soon. A year ago, all this would have been unthinkable for me. But nobody told me to do this. It's a path I chose for myself. If I'd never met you and stayed a simple honor student, I'd never realized I had that choice. So, one day, I'll be a police. By giving this to you, I want you to know that you're an
Oh, you came to visit. To tell you the truth, I have... Thank you very much. If I do well, that will make it 10 straight wins. I'll work... That's quite a smile. Like a knight standing victorious at the end of a grand siege. But I suppose a knight can't remain... If my shogi skills have truly helped such a dauntless champion from one player to another, the lance piece moves exclusively forward until it is promoted. So let us continue on our own path. One day, when the two of us lances have been promoted,
Oh, so you're finally heading home to my documentary script is going well, though. Wait, we're making this a series? I don't know if it'll be that, but if I actually get this done, I guess it makes me wonder how many people I can reach with my work. It might be a bestseller, but I want to put my hope into this. It's a message, so even if I'm scared of failing, oh yeah, it's still... It'd mean a lot. You probably had tons of crazy fun. So, we should sit down and talk about... I'll make sure the story of the...
People must be bored.
Oh, it's exactly your current... Please be sure to relax once you're home. I've been receiving encouragement from even though I should be the... But perhaps mutually encouraging each other is the kind of comfort I've... Here. An upright fortune, but I know you'll carry... That's how you manage to bring joy to any... I'm sure we'll meet again.
Wow, that's unfair.
Oh, honey.
Do you have... I'm surprised you knew where I was. That's my line. So, I'm close to being able to... Ever since all that stuff happened with she... But it looks like I can finally avenge her. And it's all here. By the way, I heard the Phantom Thieves are just... Not every day you get to chase after a bunch of young revolutionaries like them. Hold on, though. I bet you got more tricks up your sleeve. You're going home, not turning over a new... I'll be keeping an ear out for your next adventure, okay?
Are you real? Hey, even when I was human, I kept hold between a cat, a human, or some, but whatever else I am. Well then.
You finished saying your goodbye? Well, how'd it go? Did it make you feel like you want to stay? I see. You must have made a lot of good memories here. You're leaving early tomorrow from Shibuya, right? Make sure you pack up before you head to sleep. Oh, and take that stupid cat with you. I don't want it getting lost and ending up back here.
Don't make fun of me. I can go wherever I want all by myself.
It really never stops meowing, huh? Hey, Futaba, what's he saying? Is he sad that he has to leave me?
He said, Sojiro's stupid.
What?
What kind of translation is that? Let me have a nice goodbye. Mona's your responsibility now. Leave Sojiro to me. All right, I've been counted on.
Oh, man.
Even if you're not here, I'll make sure I do my best. So, you go do your best too. Thank you for everything.
Hey, you got everything? When I took you in, I thought I was the one helping you. But it turns out it was the other way around. Take care. Stop it. I'd rather hear that coming from a lady. Oh, and sorry, I wanted to have Futaba see you off too. I haven't been able to find her since this morning, though. Same with that cat. If you end up back in the city, come on by. I'll at least treat you to a nice cup of coffee. Wait, that means I can't go closing the store, huh? What are you doing? Hurry up and go. Yeah.
Yo! You over there!
Hey, look this way!
After we said we'd disband.
We are all on break after all. No more entrance exams. I can drive you to the station.
You really, really gotta go?
Shit.
They've even followed us here?
What should we do?
Need a hand? Dr. Maruki?
You're suggesting we split up? Should we?
Here we go!
Come and get us!
Shall we then? There's no charge. If you find yourself struggling in life, you can start over, like me. Remember that. So yeah, if that ends up saving you, then we're square. Good luck. Damn, man. Those dudes just wouldn't give up.
Wish it went smoother, but I guess this is it.
Be sure to eat well.
We'll see you soon, right?
If you don't come back, we'll find you there.
All right, it's time.
Yeah.
Aw, gotta go already?
We don't make the train schedule.
See you later, my dude!
I'll text you, okay? Come on, sit down.
You taught me to keep my head up, didn't you?
Told you I was coming with you. Ooh.
Take care.